I once said that I was aware of God in disbelief, and it just carries on like that. The hospital I went first, it was a Hill End Hospital at St Albans in Hertfordshire, and it was an eye-opener. You know, I was ready to leave as soon as I got there, and I felt more sane in there. Yet I was quite pleased to get out of that situation. You know, when my parents, I'd had a bad relationship with my parents at the time, and they said, "Come on home, we'll look after you." At first, I was glad, relieved, but it was hopeless. I couldn't live with my parents, so I live up here in Scotland.
Could I ask, do you hear voices?
I have heard voices, yes. The initially vision of the 2 years before I went into psychosis, I was at my granny's funeral. Now, I was quite close to my granny, and at the funeral it was like the church roof kind of opened, and there was like a bright light came down, and it was like my grandma's spirit was leaving. And since she died, I felt very close to her, and I went through a period of stress through work, and I was working with people and I was told about, this person's schizophrenic, this person's manic depressive, this person's this person's that, and I just thought these are really sensitive people. And so that when I went into psychosis, I kind of thought to myself, it's a spiritual journey. And one side of me would think, if I went into my dark side, I would think that it was awful and it was psychosis and I would never get out. And the other side would say it's a spiritual journey, you have to follow it through. And because I couldn't explain myself to people, normal people,